I would say probably one of the biggest game-changing things about AI is the ability to create amazing mock-ups, especially if you're a physical seller. Before, it was so hard to create mock-ups because you had to take the time to actually make the item and then take pictures of the item. And this was very time consuming. And the downfall is you had to make the item and take pictures of it before you even knew it would sell. Whereas now, with the ability of AI, you can create amazing mockups that look 100% real and not actually have to create the item before it sells. But the problem is, how do you create consistent mockups? A lot of people are running into the problem of their mockups are different every time, different structure, different palette. How do you keep that consistency across the board? So today, I'm going to help you create amazing mockups every single time that are consistent to your brand, consistent to your aesthetic, so that you can, have mockups that are similar, that are consistent with your brand aesthetic, not to be redundant. So let's dive in here. So you can, like, a lot of these are mockups. You have a couple of options. You can create a mockup based on someone else's mockup, right? It's not copying it per se. You're basically taking the foundational elements that you like. You can tweak it, or you can create a mock-up just from scratch. But it's usually derived from some type of inspiration that, okay, I really like that layout. I like that style. I like that color scheme. So that's how I want my mock-ups to be. So whatever you want to do, that is fine. So you can take some inspiration. You can take a couple of inspirational ideas. It doesn't really matter. So you can make this as complex or as easy as you want. So I'm going to show you how to build this out. Just keep in mind that you can provide any details that you want when you're building this out. So first and foremost, here is the prompt that we're going to use to get started, because we have to create a foundation, right, that AI will build on for future mockups. So here's the prompt. All this prompt and this workflow, along with a bunch of other automations and workflows, I'm going to put inside my Etsy Games community. There's an entire classroom for AI automation showing you how to automate Pinterest, social media, POD items, mockups. All that stuff is in here. Tons of training in here. There's lots of other training on getting the foundation for Etsy success. Tons of stuff in here. Not to mention, it's a supportive, friendly, fun community here. And you can join for just a couple bucks. It's not anything crazy, not thousands of dollars. You don't have to mortgage your house. You don't have to sell your kids or sell your kids piggy banks or toys. Obviously, you're not going to sell your kids. It's a little bit extreme, but it's a lot of people have been with me and in here a long time because it's very inexpensive and it's an investment in your shop and future. All right, so what we want to do is we are going to take this prompt to create a mock-up prompt, and then we're going to turn that into a skill. So, and this is going to be a lot more beneficial for you. So what we're going to do is copy that. We're using ChatGPT because their image 2 is much better at mockups than Claude. So that's the reason why I'm using ChatGPT versus Claude, even though you could do this in Claude or use it for another mockup generator. So what we're going to do is we're going to paste this here, this prompt here, and then it's going to ask us for either the user to attach an image or provide details to create this prompt. And then, because we're basically getting the consistency of how we want our mockups. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to attach an image here to create this. And then the other thing that I want you to do is we are going to go in, this toggles between chat and work. We're going to go in work. And the reason we want to go in work is because we can choose a folder here to work in, because it's going to keep this image or any information as a reference and be able to pull upon the images that are in this folder and the information that's in this folder so it can be more precise. And then from there, also any generations, any mockups, it'll put in this folder for you. So create a folder in your desktop, whatever you want to call it, and then you're going to, you're basically going to call upon it. So we're going to call it whatever we want. So we're going to call it sample mockup skill. And then we are going to add the folder here for it. And then we're going to create the project. I am going to just have that attachment. I'm going to hit enter, and that's going to follow the prompt. So I'll use the provided mockup as a visual reference and follow the attached art direction. All right, so it's creating the prompt. Please share. All right, so I don't want to share any of this stuff now. I just wanted to create a prompt. Use the provided image to create a prompt for future use. All right, so here we go. Placement and scale. So then what we're going to do is we're going to take this prompt and then we're going to tell it, or actually I don't even have to copy it. I'm just going to tell it. Turn the above prompt into a skill called sample mockup skill that I can call upon for future use. The skill that is created should generate an Etsy mockup image after the user provides details of the mockup or you ask for the required details. And then from there, it'll run the skill and generate the output mockup. All right, so basically you can call it whatever you want. Basically a skill is just a prompt that you save, right? It's a prompt that you save and then you can call upon it over and over again. You don't have to copy and paste it. And then you can edit this skill, right? Very easily, and it stays in your ChatGPT and it updates automatically. So may I install the reusable sample mockup skill in your personal? Yes. All right, so now it created the skill that I can call upon. So let's just test it out to make sure. So we go to a new chat. We don't want to keep working in the same chat. It'll be diminished results, right? Even though intuitively you think that would help, it doesn't. So start a new chat. It should be new for every time you use it, for every time you use this skill. So sample mockup. So basically I can tell it what I want, generate a new mockup image with the words that say the Smiths. All right, so it's going to use the mockup skill. What item should the mockup show? So it should be the same. It should be a metal sign like the sample I included in the skill folder. And this is why having a folder is helpful, because you can call upon the example that you provided so it doesn't get messed up. All right, pretty cool. So this looks pretty close. Now we can continue to tweak this if there's something we don't like in the skill, like, hey, for future generations, do this, or whatever the case may be. And you can edit this very, very easily. You can edit it simply by going in, starting a new chat, calling upon the skill and being like, hey, change this or do this, and then it'll update the skill. One thing I'm going to do, and this is kind of taking this to the next level to make sure that it is consistent, is adding a sub agent. So a sub agent is basically just another agent that checks the work. It's like if I do a project, I hand it to a friend, they check the work, like, is this according to the protocol? And if it's not, they give it back to me to redo. So the sub agent works the same way. It double checks the first agent's work, and then what's required as far as the skill goes. And if it doesn't meet that, it'll send it back. But we have to build that into the skill. So I'm going to ask it to do that. Add in a sub agent to this skill to double check the output according to the skill parameters. Pass or fail it according to the parameters. If it fails, send it back to redo the output so that it is accurate according to the parameters. All right, so we're going to do that, and that is going to update it according to the sub agent. All right, so here we go. We updated that with a sub agent, which is cool. So let's just test it again. So we're going to call upon it, do the front slash, whatever you call it. Sample mockup is what I'm calling it. Generate a new mockup that says the Johnsons on the metal sign. All right, boom. Now it's going to be the same workflow again, but it's going to have that extra layer of consistency with the sub agent. All right, and here's what having the sub agent is so awesome. So it basically generated this first image. It ran the QA check, and it's saying the plaque reads slightly too tall for the squared product. I'm correcting only the geometry about keeping the scene, the Johnsons, unchanged. So ordinarily, if I didn't have that sub agent, it would have just generated this and been done. Now it double checked the output according to the parameters I have in the skill, and is basically generating a new image with slight tweaks. So this is where the consistency and the output is going to be that much better every time, while not only having a skill, but also a subagent in your skill. All right, so then it ran the QA check again, and then here we go. It landed on this. It looks great. Right? It looks really freaking good, just like the original image that I provided. And just the words are changed, which is awesome. So if I go in here, here is the original image, right? So there is subtle differences, but for the most part, it looks pretty darn close to that. And this is what's nice. As long as I know I can create this and it's going to look pretty darn close, I don't have to create it before listing it and selling it. So that's it, guys. That is the update. That's how you create the mockup and the skills for more consistent mockups. This should really help you take your game to the kind of the next level as far as being able to do that, because it's super important. And AI is just a tool, but once you get, you figure out these little tweaks to make it even better, it's awesome. So I'm going to put this along with all the other stuff inside the Etsy games. Hope to see you over there. Come hang out with us. It's a fun place to be. It's a fun place to grow with other like-minded people. But hopefully it helps you guys out. I'll be back soon with some more good stuff for you guys.